We have one of those performers with us live at the fair. Everyone give a warm Minnesota welcome to Lissie.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
We're so glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by and doing this.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So the new record is called Castles, and before we chat with you a little bit, how about we get a song?
Of course. This is called Blood and Muscle. Midnight, knocking on my window, light, playing tricks on me. Oh, I'm running out of time. Wasted so many hours, gave up all of my power and for what? It's like I've been out of my mind, but I won't give up. I won't give up. Oh, I wanna love that's made of blood and muscle. I wanna love that's brave, can take my tears. I wanna love at the dark like I'm not scared of nothing. I wanna love that's made of blood and muscle. The crows fly higher and higher. Their cries sound like a choir in the sky. It's like they're taunting me. They say you should give up. Oh, I won't give up. Oh, I wanna love that's made of blood and muscle. I wanna love that's brave, can take my tears. I wanna love at the dark like I'm not scared of nothing. I wanna love that's made of blood and muscle, real and warm and alive, and not just in my mind. I want love that's brave, can take my tears. I wanna love at the dark like I'm not scared of nothing. I wanna love that's made of blood and muscle, my soul, my soul, my soul. That's alive. That's alive. I want love that's made of blood and muscle. Thank you.
That's Lissie, Blood and Muscle, performing live at the NPR booth here at the corner of Judson and Nelson at the Great Minnesota Get Together. Lissie, it is wonderful to have you here. Very excited that you're going to be opening up the Currents Music on a Stick tonight.
It is awesome to be here. I'm super stoked. Thank you for having me. I feel like I've been kind of adopted by Minneapolis over the years, so I feel like tonight's going to be a blast. I'm super excited.
Looking forward to it. A very quick two-part question for you. One, obviously you went to California and spent a decade there and had a wonderful time. It informed a big part of who you are, but at some point you decided you were coming back to the Midwest. How long ago was it that you ended up moving to the farm in Iowa?
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. So, at 18, if you told me I would ever live in the Midwest again, I would have said, no way, I'm never coming back. And then I guess once I hit 30, I really missed it. And I missed the people and the seasons and just the feel of the air and the smells, and got really nostalgic and longed for it. So 2015, I bought this farm in Northeast Iowa, and I have no regrets. I'm stoked to be back.
On a percentage basis, if we looked at it as a pie chart, what percentage of your reason for moving back, and I want you to be honest, was so that you could be that much closer to the Minnesota State Fair?
It was a really big, like I'd say 90%. This is actually my first time at the Minnesota State Fair, though. So
Seriously?
Yes.
Wow, well, welcome.
Thank you. It's incredible.
It smells weird, doesn't
It's
it?
its own, like, it smells good. It's making
Yeah.
me hungry. It's like its own city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Lissie,
impressive.
you have your own farm in Iowa. Do you have any? I mean, is it like a hobby farm? Do you have any animals running around?
I do not. I rent out my like tillable land to my neighbor, and it's corn and soy, and I'm kind of putting it all into alfalfa now to try to kind of let it sit for a few years, maybe certify it. Maybe someday I'll do some farming, but sometimes there's some cows grazing nearby, but I do not have my own animals yet. But that's like a goal.
When you decide to go with alpacas, call me.
Yeah.
I'll give you some advice. Actually, I have no.
You have
I know
alpacas?
nothing
Oh.
about alpaca farming, but that's kind of my retirement plan at this
I
point.
want
I knew this
two
w-
miniature donkeys. I don't know why, but that's my first thing is to get 2 miniature donkeys. But I have to get off the road in order to take care of them. So
I knew the reason Jill was asking is because she's like, you know what? I bet I could lease out some of her barn space. And Jill wants nothing more than to retire an alpaca farmer. You with your miniature donkeys, Jill with her alpacas. I can actually picture it in my head right now.
totally. Well, Jill, you're welcome anytime. I would totally love to also have alpacas. So if you want to come help me take care of them,
Excellent.
we could
We'll
do
be
that.
in business. We are live on the air with Lissie here on Oake and Riley in the morning, but in the afternoon here at the Minnesota State Fair. Now, you are wearing a shade of purple here, and we have a lot of purple pride for a number of reasons here in Minnesota. Of course, the late, great Prince, and also the Minnesota Vikings. Tell us about what you did with the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my gosh, I just get the chills thinking about it. Last night I sang the national anthem at the Seattle Seahawks Minnesota Vikings game. It was sold out. There was like 67,000 people there. And I showed up in kind of actually like a dorky outfit, thinking I was going to be standing on the sidelines, like not really seen. And then I get down to the field and I like get put on this purple podium on the 50-yard line. No pressure. So I didn't really realize how massive of a... I knew it was massive, but like I wasn't prepared for like the Norse dragon and the like drumming and the horns and like the fireworks. Like it was so intense and amazing. I don't know how I kept it together, but I got strangely calm once it started, and I had such a good time.
Right there in the midst of the chaos. Well, preseason games for real fans are kind of pointless, except for the third one. That's where you get to see the most of the starters. And there are high expectations for this season with the moves the Vikings have made this year. But how exciting. Have you done anything? Have you done national anthem singing before at other sporting events?
I sang at a Dodgers game once when I
Okay.
lived in LA. That was pretty cool, but nowhere near as cool as last night. And last night was a great game because they pulled through in the end, and it was exciting. But no, I have like a whole story we can talk about someday about the national anthem. I kind of got kicked out of high school because of the national anthem when I was 18. So the fact that I got to sing it in front of 67,000 people last night was very vindicating.
Talk about vague booking. What? That sounds like a more interesting story than anything I've heard in the last few weeks.
I shouldn't bring it up. I need to stop talking about it. But I'll leave it at that. You have to invite me back, and then I'll dish.
Promises. Okay, fine. Next time you come back, it's the first thing we're talking about.
Okay, sounds good.
I just don't want to move on. I'm dying to know.
No. Clearly, Lissie would like to move on, and I still want her to open up Music on a Stick tonight, so we're going to move on.
Yeah, and you know what? The great thing, it's awesome that we have you so close to the Twin Cities because you've been kind of using the venue Ice House in Minneapolis as kind of a cool testing and practice ground. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, totally. Well, I played at Ice House because of you guys and like some kind of concert series a couple years ago and really liked it and liked the people there. So when I had said, I have some great people who help book me up here, I wanted to do a residency because I am so close and I have such a great fan base. And it was nice to do kind of these stripped, intimate, close shows. So I did a 4-month residency at Ice House, which went great and was a blast. And also, since I'm living closer to here, I now have an incredible band that are all based in Minneapolis as well. So I've been really enjoying like getting to know the city more.
It's wonderful to have you here. She'll be opening things up for tonight's current Music on a Stick. Lissie, Lord Huron, Trampled by Turtles, all in the grandstand. Anybody going to that show tonight? Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Well, it's been wonderful to have you by here. It's always wonderful to see your smiling face and to see you perform. Let's get one more song, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lissie
Yes.
broadcasting live on The Current.
Thank you again for all the years of support. And I haven't told anyone this yet, but I'm playing at First Avenue the day after Thanksgiving. So
Wonderful.
hopefully we'll announce that this week, but you guys should totally come.
Always learning.
But thank you for everything. My pleasure. This song is called Best Days. When I tell you, baby, that I got a problem, and you said, honey, hold on, I got it. What you ought to say is you don't know anymore. Everybody's got 'em, it's a big bad world, but I want more. I wanna know what it's all for. 'Cause the best days of my life are coming for me, waiting to be realized. I keep my eye on that prize. If the best days that I'll know are just in the past, how am I gonna last forever? I want more best days. I could have stayed in college, but I didn't wanna. I dropped out and moved to California. Left Ohio for the next best thing. I got a pickup truck. I want a diamond ring. Oh, 'cause the best days of our lives are coming for us, waiting to be realized, and it's all a surprise. If the best days that we'll know are just in the past, how we gonna last forever? I want more best days. 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 If the best days of my life are coming for me, waiting to be realized, keep my eye on that prize. If the best days that I'll know are just in the past, are we gonna last forever? I want more best days. I'm gonna last forever. Yeah. 'Cause the best days of my life are coming for me. Thank you so much. See you later.
That's Lissie performing live at the NPR booth here at the corner of Judson and Nelson. It is the Great Minnesota Get Together. She will kick things off tonight for Current's Music on a Stick.
Yeah, gates are at 5:30. Lissie goes on at 6:30, so make sure you get there early. Lissie, Lord Huron, Trampled by Turtles. We'll be joined by a couple members of Trampled by Turtles coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, which it is, so coming up a little later this hour. And we are looking forward to Lissie, who just announced day after Thanksgiving at First Avenue. So more details to come about that. So one more time for Lissie. So great for her to stop by.